guys, it's Bree and I'm back with another video, and today I'm bringing the long-awaited Churchy episode 7 and 8 review and some questions I have after watching the series and what I am hoping to see next. So if you're interested and have you even caught up on Churchy, go ahead and watch it and then come back to the review.
Alright, they asking for the queen. I'm a bad bitch, she's a savage. Look back while I twerk. No comparison.
All right, guys, so we are back. Let's go ahead and get into it now. I know. It's been a long time. So much so that the footage that I did record before, there's parts where my camera died, where my microphone wasn't working. Remember, I told you guys I would have a problem with my microphone. So we're not doing the microphone right now. Eventually, we'll get up there. But for now, we're just going to talk about it. So like I said, I like the show Churchy. I'm very, very excited that it got picked up for season 2. Oh yeah, got picked up for season 2, if you did not know. So season 7, let's go ahead and start because we got to make this quick. So episode 7 starts out with basically Corey is trying to figure out if he's going to choose to go to the new church or stay at New Bethel. And he talks to his friend about it. His friend's like, look, his friend is Rodney. Guys, I'm so bad at these names. So if I say, the friend, I'm talking about Rodney. Music director, talking about Rodney. The ex-fiance, that's Keisha, that's his ex-fiance. Corey Sr. is his daddy. Corey is Kevin's name. I'm probably going to keep calling him Kevin. Kevin will say it's Kev. You know who I'm talking about. I'm probably going to put a picture up or something like that so you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, he is trying to determine, and his friend's like, look, depending on whatever you do, if you decide to leave or not, I'm going to stay here into it. So he's basically like, look, whatever you decide to do, I am going to stay here in New Bethel. And he's basically like, your new church, they didn't offer me anything. I don't want to leave this place. I've already started, putting in the groundwork here. So I need to worry about me. I would love to follow you, but I can't. Then, the scandal that happens at the church. Basically, it opens up with the scandal happening at the church. The guy who Corey's dad picked to be the new pastor, he just starts going off on everybody at the church. I kind of want to know what happened that he was like, you know what, F y'all, I'm over this. Let me start, going on everybody. And of course, it was recorded because, of course, technology. And it is a scandal. It's everywhere. All of Black church, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, it's all over everywhere. Everybody's seen it, and it is a mess. So basically, Corey's dad calls him. Of course, he's not going to answer the phone. He's so mad at him. And his mom calls him and is like, look, I'm very concerned with your father. You need to come home as soon as possible. Like, you can come today. Now, my thing is this. Let's go back to, where is Corey getting money from? Was he getting paid when he was at his parents' church? Because how can he afford to just drop this money on his plane ticket real quick? And then it's like, what? Did you buy a one way? Did you buy a round trip? Like, how? Because mind you, he thinks he's going there because his dad had like an accident or something, or like it's like a medical emergency, something. Because mind you, his parents kind of old, not old, but something could be happening. But he gets there immediately, and he finds out like, no, it's nothing really going on. It's just about the scandal stuff. His dad basically wants him to fix it. Like, oh, get on the internet thingy and tell them people stop. And he like, you called me over here because of this? I thought it was something wrong with him. Like, I'm not staying here. Like, I'm not helping y'all. Remember you said like, oh, you ain't want my help. I'm not helping y'all. And then honestly, there's nothing I can do. Like, it's done. It's in the atmosphere, and you can't tell the internet to stop. So whatever. So he just leaves his parents' house, not even really try to talk to them. Whatever, done. He goes over, talks to Keisha, because mind you, Keisha has not been talking to him because he lied about taking over the church in Texas. He's not really putting her first. He didn't properly apologize about the lying. Remember, he did the whole live thing, trying to give her gifts and all this kind of stuff. Where are you getting the money for this stuff? Let's go back there. But he tries to go over there and talk to her, and they do start to reconnect, and they kind of do get back on good terms. But just as quickly as they started to kind of get back into the groove, it happens again, where he is talking about how he got the offer at the church in Texas, the new offer, and Keisha's not happy because she does not want to move to Texas. He tells her how the dad offered him to come preach, and he's like, I don't want to take it because it didn't feel genuine. He doesn't really want me to take over the church. He just wants me to help clean up this problem. And it's like, it doesn't feel right to him. And to her, it's like, isn't this what the point of you doing all this was? You're supposed to be coming here, me going to Texas to prove your dad wrong. And only in a few months, Keisha, he'll come asking for me back. He's finally asked for you back, and now you don't want to take it. Like, you need to put us first in a relationship, put me first in a relationship. It's like, I want to be with you. You need a full-time preaching job. You need to choose your dad's job. Mind you, even him telling her about the new church that offered him, the one in Texas, she's not happy about that either, because what is in Tupelo, Texas? Is that what the place is? Hold on, let me see. Sorry, God, I need to make sure. Like I said, I'm very bad with all these names. I cannot remember any of these places. Bethlehem Temple. I'm gonna say Tupelo, Texas. It's in Texas. It's like, I can't move there with you. I'm very happy that you got this, job offer, but I cannot move to Texas. My job is not in Texas. I'm very good at my job. I like my career. I'm advancing. I'm not moving to Texas. Basically, point blank, I'm not moving to Texas. What you want to do? And he's like, oh, but you support me. I've been supporting you. You need to think about me. I can't. So they argue. It's a thing. Boom, they gone. He ends up going back to, basically talking about, your mama ain't having, whole bunch of things. He ends up going back to Texas. Boom. Go back to Texas, talking to Pastor Stinney, because he basically has to let him know, like, hey, I'm gonna leave. So basically, when he gets back to talk to his friend, tells him, hey, I need to think about Keisha and everything like that. I need this full-time job. I need to take the new job at the new church. Friend told him, cool, all power to you. Make sure you tell Pastor Stinney immediately, because you need to, I need to make sure that my stuff is safe. Because if you leave on a bad note, he'll may fire me just to, get rid of you. So he ends up talking to Pastor Stinney, and luckily enough, when he goes to the church to meet up with him, Pastor Stinney greets him, and he wants to talk to him. Oh, okay, cool, let's talk. Pastor Stinney, that's gonna go to my questions, but Pastor Stinney, he got something going on. I feel like he needs a hug or talk to the lady, somebody. He needs somebody. But he basically is like, thanking him for everything that he has done with the church, how he at first wasn't so sure about Corey or his intentions or anything like that, but he can see, like, the work that he's put in, what he has been able to accomplish, and he's very proud of him, and he really feels like, okay, you are ready to take over the church. And Pastor Stinney is like, look, I like the fact that I've been able to have so much more free time, and I really just want to make my vacations more permanent. I want you to preach on Easter Sunday because I want you to take over the church. And Corey is, of course, surprised and happy about it, but he also is like, I don't know what to say, because mind you, he was coming in there to talk to him so that he could basically quit and tell him that he's gonna go to the other place. So it's like, what is he going to do? And then he never mentioned it. And I feel like he should have pushed more to ask him, like, why all of a sudden or anything like that. I feel like that'd be for the end. But basically, like, yeah, I feel like he could have pushed more to ask, like, why all of a sudden or whatever. So he's excited about it. He leaves to go talk to Ronnie now. Because now he's trying to figure out what's going on. Well, no, he ends up going back to the other place to go figure out what he's gonna do. And no, I'm sorry. He talks to Ronnie about it, and then Ronnie's like, what are you gonna do? So then he basically decides, like, what does he want to do with himself? Mind you, he wants to take a job at the new place. He wants to stay with Keisha. Well, he wants to get that back, but he also knows that Keisha doesn't want him to be in Texas. He also doesn't feel right going back to his father's church because his dad doesn't really want him there. It's like, I was trying to prove myself to you, but it's like, do I even want this? Do I even want to go back here? Especially after all the work I've done here, which is also why he feels conflicted about leaving the church that he came with to go to the new church in Texas, because I put in so much work over here. So now he's finally getting everything he wants, and now it's his time. What do you want to do? So we see him going to his new church, and he's talking to the guy who offered him the job, telling him about, Keisha and everything like that, because he told him about him at first, but then he also isn't telling anybody that, like, that basically isn't working out. But we see them kind of ending the station, and we're not sure what that end looks like. Like, what did they talk about? Because they left on a positive end, but what did they talk about? So then it goes back to, let's kind of jump to JoJo. JoJo is that kid that Corey's trying to get in contact with, because he basically goes to him, basically because JoJo found out that he had that job offer, and he feels like, oh, you just gonna leave? You know what? F y'all. Da da da. I was only hanging out with y'all. Like, basically feels like slightly abandoned, even though nothing has been said. JoJo talks to Rodney about it because Rodney sees him at the church. He's like, hey, what's going on? He tells him that, and he's trying to let JoJo know, it's like, hey, maybe you should talk to him and at least tell him how you feel about this, because you're feeling about it, and you are important to him, and it's normal for him to have to think about, I need to think about my life, and it's like, I need to think about job opportunities, and just because I take a job at another church doesn't mean that I'm not cool with you or that we're not friends. But he's a kid, so of course he's not really trying to hear that. I'm also curious about how old he is, but anyway. So he's like, man, I ain't trying to hear all that, leaves. So eventually he does meet up with JoJo and all that kind of stuff. So basically, after he left that guy's church, talking about Corey, he goes to the church to see Ronnie. Ronnie is there having a practice with his choir. I mean, his church group, the song group. And they're having a good church. He's closing out the rehearsal, and he's basically about to tell them something. It seems like he may tell them that he may or may not be there, but I'm not sure about that, because he was planning to stay at the church, but maybe he's thinking, oh, because Corey's going to leave, I may not have a job here either. I'm not really sure about that, so I'm not sure. But Corey comes in and stops him immediately, tells him, I need to talk to you real quick, 5 minutes. And Ronnie basically just cuts it out and says, all right, don't worry about it. Y'all go ahead and, do this. So he talks to him and he lets him know, hey, I let the guy know I'm not going to work there. I'm going to take the job here. Very happy about that. They're excited, da, da, da. And then he lets him know, like, okay, so now that I know I'm going to do this, I need to reach out to JoJo. Ronnie's like, oh, don't worry about it. Hey, JoJo, I see you already in here. Come over here. Because, of course, he's always at the church. So he goes over there. He basically apologizes to JoJo, talking about Corey, apologizes to JoJo and lets him know, like, hey, look, this is what was going on. I know that you may be mad about me about this, but it's like, look, I need to think about this. I have come to my realization, and that my relationship with you is not determined by me working at this church. Basically, like, I'm gonna be cool with you, regardless. Like, I really want you to be around, and I really enjoyed, our relationship so far, too much so that I want you around. I want you to be my new assistant, and I really want all three of us to really come, like, and really turn this church around. We've been doing so well so far. So, resolve, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this was somewhere in episode 7. I don't remember. But basically, oh, you know what? I didn't mix it all up. Anyway, 7 and 8. That's basically the end. But I think it's episode 7. Ronnie and, I don't know her name on the show, but Lauren, she asked him out basically for coffee. He, super awkward. They ended up going for beverages, I'll say, because he ended up drinking tea or something like that, or matcha or something like that. And they had a cute little date, cute little meet cute, to the point where he ended up calling her his girlfriend to Corey in episode 8, I believe. Talking about, oh my God, you got a girlfriend. Okay, cute, cute, cute. Anyway, so boom. It's Easter Sunday. He is preaching at New Bethel. Pastor Stinney tells Mother Jean, that he is going to be leaving the church to Corey, and how he respects her, has helped, him after all these years, and how he hopes that she can grow to like Corey and help him, develop more and really keep the church the way it is, but also bring some of the oldness to the future with Corey. And, she, of course, is like, oh, yeah, And as soon as she leaves, she's like, over my dead body. She's like, F that. I don't care. I need him out of here, and I need you to stay. Even though, mind you, she isn't asking, why are you leaving? She's not asking, like, are you okay? She's not asking any of that kind of stuff. I feel like people need to be something is wrong with him. Something's wrong. Easter Sunday. Corey's parents surprise him and come to church to see him at his first church service. And, it was just all around a good Easter Sunday. The show ended very, like, nice. He had a good sermon. JoJo led prayer before they actually went out to there. And of course, he said nigga. excuse me. He said, nigga, in the church prayer, talking about, God help my nigga Corey, da da da. He's a kid. And my thing is this. If the worst thing you go say is nigga, you know what, whatever. As long as you're praying good things over us, I guess that's all we care about. But yeah, he had a good church sermon, basically kind of like, it doesn't matter where you came from, it's more so what you did with your life, talking about how Jesus was born basically where animals eat their food in their like house, like in their barn, to doing so much with his life, and then now of course he's the Messiah and all that kind of stuff, and how it doesn't matter where you came from, it's what you did with your life. And very good church service, it all went well, no problems. But then at the very, very end, he sends a text message to Keisha to let him know, how he did, how he is very happy with his choice, and how he can't wait to talk with her again, and hopefully that she'll come out to see him soon. And when he sends the text message, it's green. And he was like, green? That means you got blocked, buddy. Blocked. So, and then it ends there. So basically, we're left to figure out like, oh, she done with him. What is there to see next? So, hopefully that wasn't too all over the place. I know I had some pauses. Sorry, y'all. People never want to call me until I'm on here, of course. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the series in totality. I hope you liked this video. Hopefully I recapped a little bit of everything. I was going to ask my questions and what I want to see, but I'm going to save that for another video. So go ahead and write your questions down below, your comments, concerns. What did you think about the show as a whole? What about this series? What about these episodes in particular? And what would you like to see from the show also? Maybe I'll go ahead and include those in. Probably not, because I'm about to record it right now. But I still want to know, what do you guys think about the show? Are you watching it? Are you excited? Go ahead and don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on my social media sites. They'll be linked down below as well as on the screen somewhere. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, ask questions, this. All right, guys, bye. That's about it. See you later.
Look back while I twerk. No comparison.
I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid, what was happening? What was happening?